Back out on Route 66, this time in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, any chance I get to get out on Route 66, I'm going to take it. And so I decided to take a weekend to go up to Tulsa. I live in Oklahoma City, so it's not that far away. Get to see things like this, the Route 66 rising sign. Of course, once you travel down Route 66 a little ways, my first stop in Tulsa is always right here at Buck Adams Curiosity Shop, right? I love this place, Buck Adams Cosmic Curios. It is amazing. Mary Beth owns the place. We'll talk to her here in a little bit, but she is so cool. And just check out Buck standing over there. You know, this is a 1950s era Pemco gas station that she bought and changed into one of the greatest gift shops along Route 66. It hasn't been here long. Buck's only been here since about 2019. He's 21 foot tall, but man, what an amazing stop this is. There's always a ton of people there when I go through, and that is so great to see. Let's take a closer look at Buck. If you're a fan of Justin Scard and Random Land like I am, right here behind his left foot, you can see the brick that his fans bought for him and dedicated to Justin Scard there in Random Land. Yeah, that's pretty cool to get to see. But we're going to head over and check out Stella after we say hi to Piggy Stardust, of course. Stella Adams, the Space Cowgirl. She is one of the newest giants in Tulsa. She hadn't been around too long when I was there. She's an old Uniroyal gal, right? That they turned into a Space Cowgirl. So let's take a closer look at her. There are so many great places to take pictures here at Buck Adams. If you're into the whole Instagram thing, check that out, the Route 66 sign. Yeah, you'll be able to take a ton of photos. But what I want to do now is I want to head in and check things out and meet Mary Beth. I'm here at Buck Adams Cosmic Curios on Route 66 with the owner, Mary Beth. She has been amazing telling me everything about this place. You really need to come check it out. If you're in Tulsa, make this your first stop. Knowing that I'm a fan of Justin Scard's, Mary Beth wanted to show me this painting he made and check it out. He even signed it. To Buck and Mary Beth, to keep or sell or whatever. Memories of broken windows. Love from California, Justin Scard. When you're there, don't forget to sign the guest book. Check out some of these places where people are from. What do we got? Of course, Oklahoma City. We got some South Carolina, Michigan, Venezuela, England, Texas, Florida, London, Ontario, Canada. And looking close that day, looky there, Justin Scard and his son London when they were in town. That's pretty cool. And if Mary Beth is there, ask her about the history of the little Pemco there. Look at it. There it was back in the day. That's pretty cool. The thing about this shop is she's always getting new stuff, like this belt buckle. Yes, I had to buy it. I now have it. I love that. Haven't bought it yet. She also had a bunch of new t-shirts, Land of the Giants. Check it out. Got all three of them there. But let's learn a little bit more now about Buck.
So I talked with Joel Baker with American Giants, and Joel said, wait a second, you need a muffler man of your own. So Joel introduced me to Mark Klein of Enchanted Castle Studios. All we had was this image of Buck, and I gave this to Mark, and then Mark sketched Buck into muffler man form, told us what it would cost, and now here we are, and Buck is standing 21 feet tall outside. Would you look at the size of that?
Yeah, you gotta love the Random Land Justin Scard reference there. Would you look at the size of that? That's just perfect. Thanks, Mary Beth, for that. That was great. Once I left there, I wanted to go check out the newest Muffler Man coming in that weekend. He was actually having the final touches put on where he's going to be. Yeah, that right there, we'll come back and see him later, but that is Meadow Gold Mac, the friendly lumberjack. Yeah, as we could see, they're finishing it up. He was about to make his debut on Route 66 that weekend, so I'm glad I was there. But I went ahead and headed out amongst town. I wanted to see other stuff along the route. There is so much to see in Tulsa when you're there. And man, you want to make a mural. I love murals. I absolutely love wall murals. Talented people make me sick because they're just so talented. But just check this out. I love dogs and I love when they depict them as humans. And along Route 66, no less, that's awesome. Just up the road from there is an old school Arby's sign. That is amazing. You don't see those that often. And it's right across from the University of Tulsa, home of the Golden Hurricanes. I thought that it was quite fitting as I was heading to my hotel that this classic Don Williams song came on XM radio. That is fantastic. Love getting to hear Don Williams, especially when I am in Tulsa. A lot of great things to see along the route as I headed towards my hotel. I was actually going to stay out in Catoosa, not too far from the Blue Whale. Let's check out my hotel for the night. After checking out my hotel and then taking a moment to rest a little bit, I decided to head back into Tulsa just as the sun was setting. What another great sunset here in the state of Oklahoma, because I wanted to check everything out at night because, man, when it gets dark, Tulsa lights up. One of the cool things about this part of Route 66 here through Tulsa is the neon signs. So I am back down here at night to check out everything lit up. Let's go look at more. If you can at all, make sure you come back to Bucks at night, check everything lit up. It's pretty cool. But now as headed up the road, there's a bunch more to see, especially neon. I mean, just look at that. This is the famous Meadow Gold sign here in Tulsa. It is actually one of the more famous neon signs along Route 66. It was originally lit in 1934, but by the 70s, it had seen its better days. Thanks to people in the area and investors, they decided to bring it back, and on May 22nd, 2019, it was relit, and thank goodness, because just look at that. Spectacular. It's got a neat little pavilion here. Let's go check it out. Yeah, that little pavilion is pretty cool. It's got a bunch of these signs like this one here for saving the Meadow Gold sign all around it that talks about different things. And it's a great place to get out of the sun, honestly. But right next to it is Meadow Gold Mac. It's his place where the newest giant back then was coming on. There were people there taking photos. And so I just kind of chilled and hung out until it was my turn. And just look at him. Check him out. Yeah, that is awesome. And he hadn't officially even made his Route 66 debut. This is Meadow Gold Mac. He is the friendly lumberjack. He's the newest giant along Route 66, and he actually hasn't made his debut yet. That'll be this coming Saturday, but I'm getting a sneak peek of him tonight, all lit up. If you've ever traveled Route 66, you know that the lumbermen or, muffler men, whatever you want to call them, are very, very popular along the route. So it was just awesome that I happened to be in Tulsa the weekend that he was making his debut. He had barely got put into position, so that's really kind of cool. And then to get to see him that night lit up before he made his debut, get some video of it. No, yeah, I posted on the socials about it. That was pretty cool. So I really enjoyed getting to spend my time there. Even added my initials in the dirt there and a little bit of dust on him. Yeah, yo Ken, how about that? So when you come to Tulsa, make sure you check out Buck Adams Cosmic Curios, and then just down the street, Meadow Gold Mac, the friendly lumberjack, stands there. He's right out in front of this great little shop here that we'll go take a look at in another video. But make sure you come by, and if you can, check him out at night too. But it was time to head on up the road. Headed back to my hotel out in Catoosa, but I wanted to stop by here, the Desert Hills Motel. This is where I stayed the final night of my Route 66 trip back in 2023. And I just love the neon here, so I wanted to come and check it out. Yeah, just look at that. Love the old school neon, and you can hear the buzz of the neon. That is awesome. So check it out if you get a chance when you're in town. But then I was headed out towards the Hard Rock Cafe. I was actually going to a concert there the next night. I was going to see a couple of my favorites from the 80s. Yeah, Rick Springfield and Richard Marx. An acoustic set. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Love how they represent Route 66 there. But then it was back to my hotel where I like to eat cheap. So I bring food with me. And I grab me a pizza. And I'm going to fix it. And have something for dinner. Yeah, buddy. All right, so what an amazing day it was today here in Tulsa. Went and did a few things, not as many as I thought I'd get done today, partly because I spent so much time down at Buck Adams. Had an amazing conversation with the owner there, as you saw part of earlier. Her name's Mary Beth. What a fantastic lady. That was a great stop. I had so much fun, but I've still got plenty of things that I want to get done tomorrow. But here I want to give you one of my tips on how I eat healthy and cheap while I'm on the road. I bring it with me. As you saw, I just heated up some pizza. Yeah, I made this at home. It's a cauliflower crust pizza with some of my taco meat on it. An entire pizza that you saw had like 369 calories. Yeah, that's what I do. If you're able to do it when you're on the road, if you've got an ice chest in the car, make something, bring it with you. Now again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to eat out sometime. That just means that for the bulk of my meals, I'm going to bring them with me. I also brought some of my sausages. They're in the fridge over there. I brought 2 of these pizzas plus those sausages. I'm pretty set. I am going to have lunch, possibly with a friend tomorrow. We already know where we're going. We've been talking about it. So that I'll allow myself to do. It's going to be way more salt than I need. But, you know, YOLO, right? I hate that phrase. I absolutely hate that phrase. But it's true. I mean, it really is. I also brought my electrolyte mix with me, so I'm not forgetting those. Another thing I like to do is to collect the extra forks and stuff. When you order out, it's been a long time. This is from a place that we haven't ordered from in months. But extra forks, napkins, works perfect when you've got your own. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna have some dinner, watch a little bit of TV, and then I'm gonna plan my day tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I know where I wanna go. I am in Catoosa, Oklahoma, and there's something pretty famous just right up the road here. A little bit blue, if I do say so. So I think I'm gonna go check it out, and then I'm gonna head back into Tulsa, do a few things, hopefully meet up with that friend. So I'm gonna have my dinner, watch me a little bit of YouTube, and just chill for the rest of the night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.